And it's chicken coop time. So here's what I'm thinking. I got insanely lucky and estimated the fence size, and I actually got it perfectly. So it's a pretty big space. This will just be for 3 chickens to start out, and they'll get the entire shed access 24/7, and then access to the outdoors during the day, I guess. I have 50 feet of fencing. Of course I could have just bought more, but I wanted to I want to be on a budget, so that should be good. So it'll be attached to that, and then this would be a door. 8 feet here, 10 feet, and 10 feet. The bush, I didn't know if I should include it or not, but then I realized chickens have to be a certain distance from the property line, and so this side of the shed is right at that requirement, just over, so to be safe, they'll get this side, because that's all mine, like going down there. And then this would be the door. I do want it to be pretty big so that I can fit a lawnmower or a weed eater into it. I mean, I'm sure most likely the chickens will keep the grass short. Do they eat grass? I don't know. Ever since I first played Minecraft a decade ago, I wanted chickens of my own, real chickens with more pixels. They make you a little bit more self-sustainable, and they save you a bit of money, and they're a pet all in one. So I always thought it was a cool idea. They seem simple and easy, and overall they have been. We got these chicks from Craigslist like last month or something for $5 a pop, something like that, and here they are. They've been growing up. I'm going ahead and taking advantage of some of the space outside. Luckily there's already a shed built, so that's going to be turned into the coop. I even made a door. Look at that. It's not the best door, but it works. So right now they've just been brought inside each day into their indoor enclosure, but once the coop is done, they can be kept out here. It is hot. I am already sweating and I just came out. Right now it's about 90 degrees, so I just threw together this really dumb looking awning sort of thing out of some spare pieces of another project that I'll show you. So the first couple days we brought them out, we were just watching them really closely, and they did actually look like they were overheating a bit, and I had to bring them back inside. So of course, this little bit of shade doesn't give them much space, but when it cools down, it'll be easier. And when the shed will be all done, they can just go in and out as they please, and it's actually air conditioned. But when they do want to come outside, they've got this big fence. It's about 50 feet of fencing. It wasn't too expensive. Overall, this whole project is like a few $100s. Just got like the water dish, and they have some food dishes and stuff. And even what they'll be eating will be partially self-sustaining as we breed more insects. And I'm working on some above ground raised garden beds to grow various vegetables that'll not only be good for the chickens, but I can snack on it, and the reptiles can eat it as well. Well, you can see the chickens in the back, and then up towards the front, I've got these 2 raised garden beds, which I realized have a lot of benefits over the lower beds. As you may know, plants are not my strong suit, but I'm hoping that I do better here. Alice helped me put the seeds in because I didn't really know what I was doing, but I just put these together. It's just a bunch of pieces of untreated wood with some 2x4s. They are actually bowing already because they've absorbed a lot of water. I've been watering this a lot because it's so hot, but they're actually already sprouting, and the seeds were put in less than a week ago. We're doing just kind of all the basics. Not all of them are planted yet, but I'll continue just kind of building these down the line. I'm not a patient person. It's hard to wait for this stuff to grow, but it's cool to see, and I have enough to do in between as they grow that I don't even realize how much time has passed. I've just been having a grand old time, taking some tools, building random stuff. So the fence wasn't too bad. I also redid my pantry recently. Like, I literally just finished it yesterday. This fence was 10 times easier than the pantry, so I can't complain. It's been hot, and there's lots of bugs, but it's okay. By the way, one of the chickens, just a minute ago, I got the aftermath on camera, caught a wasp in its mouth, and they all fought each other for like 5 minutes over who got to eat the wasp. I don't know if they can eat wasps, but there's now a wasp inside that chicken. It's dead. It enjoyed it. Raising them has been a matter of feeding them and cleaning up after them, and feeding them and cleaning up after them more. It's been pretty simple. They've just been under a heat lamp inside, and now they get to enjoy the great outdoors. They're a lot more comfortable with people than I expected. I've never really interacted with chickens too much. Like when I volunteered at that old museum, which I have a video on if you want to see that, the chickens weren't, they were almost aggressive, kind of, like they would bite at my feet and stuff. These just kind of, they mind their own business, they'll follow you around, and they get more attached to people than I realized. So they're less attached to me because I was more on the building and setting stuff up for them than the actual raising them and holding them and stuff. But I think I could pretty much pick them up. Oh, okay, they thought my glasses were food for some reason. Okay, that one doesn't want to be picked up. We kept calling them just random words, and then the one that stuck with the little one is Bink, the biggest one is Bonk, and I forgot the middle one's name. Bink is the easiest to hold. She's also the smallest. She's abnormally small compared to the others, despite them all being from the same clutch, or set of eggs, I don't know what it's called. Yeah, so they don't really mind. It's pretty neat. They're pretty chill. I'd say it's a little anxiety inducing having any animals outside, because of course, it's kind of nature. So there's wild animals there. I'm sure there are possibly stuff like foxes and coyotes and raccoons in the area, which is why they're going to be put away at night and they can't just free roam 24 hours a day. But it's a little different having, like even Franklin, my turtle, outside. It makes me a bit nervous having him out. But so far he's been fine. I can watch him. I can even see him from one of the security cameras, so I might even set up a chicken camera. Well, it's been some amount of time since the last clip, and since I didn't post the chicken video yet, I thought I would add on a little update, because they grew. Yeah, they're bigger now, like a third bigger maybe. The weird thing is, although they look a lot bigger and look a lot more like adults, at least the two that aren't stunted, they sound the exact same. They still sound like little babies, like they haven't adopted their adult vocals yet. I don't know when that happens, but we'll see. So they sound really stupid now, but it's okay. The coop itself, it's still not quite done in the interior, but it's good enough for them to go in, so they actually hang out here at night. Why is everyone mowing the lawn? So the coop, although it's not completely done, it is good enough where I can just leave the door open and they go in and out throughout the day, and they hang out there during the night. I actually hooked up my old AC unit, which I used to have to use in my reptile room because it was so hot for one of the previous homes, but now I don't need that, and it's just used on the chickens during the day. So on days it gets like 95 degrees out here, they can just cool off inside. My dumb little awning still looks stupid, and I was gonna take it up now that they can just go inside, but they still like it during the day, so it's been fun. I like them a lot more when they're outside because they were so annoying inside. They were loud and smelly. They're still loud and smelly, but now I can be away from them. I like them though. So far chickens are fun. And last little update is the raised garden beds which I showed. The cucumbers are growing in well, along with something else which I honestly can't tell what it is. But yeah, that's going well too, so that's cool. But I just wanted to introduce a non-reptilian animal to the channel, the chickens, who I don't know how much else I can say about them in the future, but I'm sure they'll pop up. So now you know who they are and why they're here. I still don't remember the other one's name, but the large one is Bonk, the small one is Bink, and the middle one I don't care about. And I look forward to continuing to expand the outdoor projects to a few more reptiles out here, along with maybe some other product producing animals. How about that? That's it for this video. I'm Alex, and thanks for watching.